By day, Dodsley caroused with the elite, styling himself as a prominent geneticist while making note of important figures in science and occult philosophy. And by night, Dr. Hypnos would dose those same targets with psychedelic dream gas, making them much more cooperative and questioning. Through all of Dr. Hypnos' nightmare-fueled interrogations, one name kept recurring. Thule! The Thule Society was a German club of nationalists who were deeply interested in occult lore. It's an often overlooked fact of history that the Thule Society created the German Workers' Party in 1919. Adolf Hitler joined later that same year. The Thule Society counted several early founders of the Nazi Party among its ranks. And it didn't take long before things got too hot in Germany for Dr. Hypnos. When they all turned their attention towards him, he stole what documents he could from Thule and fled with his life. So what was in the files? Well, it spoke at length of an Italian fascist and an occult scholar named Augustus Benandanti. He and Thule had many exchanges. He had an air of mystery and power that compelled many young fascists. We are passing through a dark phase of history known as the Kali Yuga. Something that happened in 1933 would cause his reputation to skyrocket within Thule. As far as we could tell, our enemies had almost a 10-year head start on advanced technology from another world. But nevertheless, the war continued with conventional weapons, which led us to believe that Thule had not been able to reverse the UFO in any significant or meaningful way. And so the race was on to gather figures of genius and build a superweapon to end the war. Abra clashed with Thule over many scientific minds. The Allies did a little mad science of their own, and the Axis ran out of time. So that's it? Everybody lived happily ever after? I wish it were so, but the world only became stranger after the bomb. After the fall of the Nazis, our allies in the Soviet Union turned their propaganda machine against the United States overnight. Soon the world sank into paranoia and suspicion as super spies and espionage became the order of the day. Dodsley went on to work on an FBI task force that investigated so-called Blue Rose cases, code for supernatural phenomenon. Sir Malcolm would oversee construction of several ritually consecrated mystery houses such as this one for psychic research. A red scare over communist spies fell across the nation. Led by witch hunters like Senator Joseph McCarthy, it often targeted the sympathizers working in Hollywood. McCarthy was a buffoon, but Dodsley was able to use the hysteria as an excuse to track surviving members of the Thule Society still operating. When he came across something related to Thule, Dodsley would bring it to his old trustworthy friends in Abra. And like the Thule Society before, there was one name that kept turning up.